Did a little something different today. The wife did a little something. Hey everybody, it's TheModernNative. This is Skip, captain of the Mermaiden. He's one awesome dude.
Thanks, Jim. Take care of yourself.
Hey everybody, it's TheModernNative, and this is Indian Larry. He's one awesome dude.
Nice for you to say that. I wish you the best, James, and your wife, and many happy moons and travels, and enjoy life.
Thank you, Larry.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's a fire right there. So this is a great spot. We're going to be here for a couple of days. I got to go down, go to the Wi-Fi, do a live stream, try to get some donations. So the live stream will happen before you even see this because it'll be scheduled to upload after the fact. But either which way, hopefully it worked out. Hopefully things went well, and I was able to get some more supplies, able to replace the tarp, and get some dog food. So hopefully everything worked out. Cross your fingers. But until next time, get out there, be a native, go beast. So quite literally everything is falling apart. That's just great. That's fucking awesome. So Mrs. Native is a little upset about having to leave, but we're going to be, it's the best option, and it's going to make it so that way me and the boys can make some mileage and get some distance. She's going to stay with her friend, and things will just be better. I'm going to miss my Mrs. Native, though. She's super sad, though. Everything will be okay. Me and the boys will be fine. This is the longest that we are going to be apart since we started dating, like 4 years ago. But it's all for the better. But stay tuned for some of my solo hike and solo camping adventures with the boys. The boys are not happy. They don't know what's going on, but they'll be alright. Baby. You don't want to say bye to everybody? See them, but you'll see them when they see them? Alrighty, everybody, stay tuned. It's a very pretty lake. Happy I made it to it. Well, I guess that's why they call it Rock Lake. Big old rock in the middle. At least I made it here. So I made it back down to the falls with the boys. And I'm trying to catch someone to be able to send out a message to let the wife and other people know what's going on, to see if I can figure things out. But it's one of those days that's super cold, and I don't want to futz with a fire. So I had a fire starting tip for you guys that I wanted to share. These are feminine hygiene pads, menstrual pads, period pads. So before the wife left, we were separating the alcohol into smaller bottles, into a smaller bottle, and there was still a bit left. And I had the idea to take some of her pads and soak them in alcohol. Now, it would be a really good thing if I had a bad puncture wound or a bad slice. That was bleeding really bad. I could open one of these up, slap it on there, and tape it in place. But also, it makes a really great fire starter. So I wanted to share that with you guys and show you how well it works. Back at my pretty fire pit. But see, just a pad. And I'm gonna drop it in there. Might stand it up. I'm gonna throw some of these across, like so. And give her a light. Bam. If I can hit the other side. Not light my glove on fire. Bam. So now I won't have to mess with it. It won't be dealing with birch bark. It won't be if it will start. It started, and it'll burn. So, quick little fire start for you guys. Stay tuned. See, the water's flowing, but it's still freezing. And when I got this water, there wasn't any ice in it. But now there's frozen chunks. That's how fast it's freezing. I only got that like 20 minutes ago, not even. And you can see the icicles under the rocks and all along there. Even with that kind of flow. That's how freaking cold it is. So we've got some snow coming in. He was right, 4 to 8 inches. Easily. Get back under the tent, the tarp, snow dog. He can reach right underneath, right in bed with me, just like Creature is. Why are you such a snow dog? Though Dad's out in the snow, I'm gonna be out in the snow. So this is my shelter. The tarp is all like stretched from the rain blowing it, but it should do all right. As the weight's building in certain spots, it slides down, and I'll be up periodically to check it. This is just the best option I got. So I've already got a nice pile of snow going. So, see how it goes. Stay tuned. So how do you have a fire in the middle of snow? You build it a house. There we go. I had to use one in the back to prop it up. It gives it shelter from the snow. Doesn't work as well for rain, but then I built the fire underneath. But me and the boys in the shelter, we survived. I had to get up every 40 minutes and check this out, knock it off, and make sure there wasn't too much buildup. I had a ridge line with some prusik knots on it. I don't normally do that. But yeah, it wasn't that bad. Storm ended mid-morning, so I got up 6 and like actually got up for the final time and made some coffee, made some bacon, and then went back to sleep because I didn't have to wake up. So the storm was past, there wasn't going to be any buildup, so I just took a few hours nap. Probably close to like 7:30, 8 o'clock, maybe 9. And I didn't wake up till 2 when the hunter went through. So, Now I'm ready to make dinner and go to bed. This is exhausting, gotta say that. I'm tired. Was not prepared for the storm. I only found out about it like 2 hours before it hit. So yeah, awesome. It's hard to gauge when snow's coming. Yeah, there's a huge pile of snow back there. But we stayed warm. The boys cuddled me on either side. They have their own blankets that they got wrapped in. I stayed fully dressed because I knew I was going to have to get up tonight. As long as it doesn't snow, I'm getting in my jammies, curling up with the boys, and I am sleeping all night long. So, dinner's almost done. Catch you guys in a bit. When you have to thaw out your ropes before you untie them. It looks like wire. They do love the snow. If I could get the pack down to just this weight or a little bit less, it'd be so much easier. And I could do this. Maybe heading south, but... So, this is my shelter for tonight. It's a nice plow. It's a wide plow, but it's enough for the boys to get underneath with me. Got a tarp down with the blankets. Hey! The wife came to hang out. She brought me some stuff. We're trying to figure some things out. She'll be going back out tonight. But I'm probably going to have a little fire. I'm going to set up a rock fire right here. Keep it real nice and controlled. And Creature will avoid it because he's a smart one. He knows what fire is. And I'll scooch us back a little bit. Let's see. So this is my survival fire that I'm having for tonight. I got a rock over it because it's right near the shelter edge. So I'm going to keep it controlled, keep it small, and it's just going to warm up these rocks, and then I'll just keep it smoldering for most of the night. And I got to watch my tarp edge. It's starting to get a little bit hot right now, but it'll warm up the area. As long as I keep it controlled and watch it. Should keep me warm all night because body heat and everything will backsplash off the tarp and everything else. So, stay tuned. Wilson! Sad to see him go, but he's got to go. Catch you later, Wilson. So the tip is, start small. Now this is like super small, maybe 4-inch pieces that I've broken up. And this fire is only going to be the size of my hand before it builds up. And as I go, I'm going to get bigger pieces and let them stay a little bit longer so I can stretch out the fire. It helps the wood last longer, produces more heat quickly, and it's easier to start. Don't struggle with trying to just start a big fire. Start small. Once you have a fire, you can build it bigger. Simple as that. Bam, just like that, a nice roaring little fire in just a couple of minutes. I couldn't film and do the fire at the same time this time. My hands were not cooperating. It's too cold. But I only used the little bundle right on the one side and got that nice roaring fire. I'll be able to make some coffee, warm up some water for the dog food, and make some breakfast. Stay tuned. Bam. Some hot fruit jelly and seed butter on some toasted sandwiches, flatbread sandwiches. took a couple of snacks, made a nice meal out of it. Stay tuned. So we're doing alright. The shelter's holding up. We stayed warm last night. The fire pit did its job, the warming fire. And yeah, gonna be just chilling out in there probably for the rest of the evening, staying warm with the boys. Surviving out in the cold in the winter like this, it's definitely a little different. It's definitely a struggle. Heat is the main priority, so firewood and maintaining the fire, trying to figure out how to make them last longer, trying to figure out how to use wood smarter, and eating. That's the main thing, is trying to make sure that you intake enough calories. That's why I feed the boys with warm water in their food. It helps them get the hydration they need, and it helps the food digest better, makes them eat just a little bit slower too. So they're doing good. Still have plenty of food for them. Gonna be figuring something out here in the next couple of days. I'm hoping so. But I'm gonna keep you guys posted. So definitely stay tuned. So I've got the fire already going in here for the boys and for me for later. I got wood stockpiled, plenty extra more wood than I had yesterday. A lot more wood than yesterday. And I'll be good for the rest of the night. I just finished cooking dinner. I'm just gonna leave it on to stay warm for a little bit until I go to settle down. Then I'll bring it in here and set it on the warming rock and then eat it when I want to. But I just wanted to cook it over the big fire. But we're all set in here. The boys are all cuddled up together. They're so cute. So yeah, I think we'll be good for the night. So we're settling down for the night. Got my nice stack of wood. Got the fire going. Eating a little bit of chow. And gonna cuddle with the boys. Do some editing on my videos. Compile them together. Yeah. See you in the morning. But until next time, get out there, be a native. Go beast. Well, we're getting some more snow today. Snow dogs, go back inside. Had to make an adjustment, had to block some wind on that side. It kept blowing snow in. But we should be alright. I just gotta shake it off. There's no way for me to get it tight enough in this position. And it's only for one more night, so. Stay tuned. Oops. Had that a little too close to the fire, I guess. Oh, that side bubbled too. Didn't even notice. I mean, it's still old fluid. Oh, there is a leak. Son of a bitch. Oh well, so much for this bottle. Wasn't even holding it there long. Just sitting right here. I guess I'm probably a little too close. Plastic melts. So tonight I got myself a big firewood wall. Try to keep in some of the warmth. The only problem with that is, the colder it gets, the later it is, and the more wood I go through, the less wall I have. So I made sure it was extra big tonight. Had to stay an extra day here. Things are frozen in. I can't move. I was hoping the wife was going to be up today. I need some food, but we'll be alright. Stay tuned. Trisha's telling me to stay in bed. Huh. And he's crushing his brother's head. This mess right here. Let's just like, I don't know what's up with that big asshole. I just want to sleep. I just want to sleep, cuddle on Dad's back. Handsome. My watering hole is almost completely froze up. But it's alright. Bring down the hatchet if I need to. So I decided to make dinner a little more interesting tonight. I'm having seasoned rice with some brown gravy thrown in at the very end, so it like came out in chunks. But also some shredded up beef jerky in there. But I made some dough, and I'm gonna make more bread. I just ate a piece. More bread on my top rock. Stay tuned. So there we go. There we go. Plopped some dough on there. Threw on some garlic and pepper. I'm gonna let that cook for a while and flip it, obviously. And we'll have some bread. Catch you in a bit. So I put a layer of dough down. And I'm gonna sprinkle some fruit pieces. You're not getting away from me. I don't have many left, so. And I was thinking about it. After I add some cinnamon, I might try a couple of these. One, two, three, four, 5, and 6. There. M&M dried fruit cinnamon bread. Why not? I gotta add an extra layer on top, pack it in, and then let it flip over. Hey everybody, it's TheModernNative. I've got a ton to upload and a ton to update you guys, but I didn't want it to go too long without you guys seeing an update, so just to let you know it is coming. I just need to figure things out, and I will catch you soon. I hope everybody is enjoying the previous clips and looking forward to the big bundle I have coming up next. But I think that's all I got for now. I might throw in a clip of the dogs or two, but until next time, get out there, be a native, go beast. You love your daddy, huh? Yes. I caught you. He was a good boy. Got him. So I'm happy I was able to go down and catch the Wi-Fi. Thank you again, Alex. The boys behaved for me. I snuck away while they were taking a nap, so I was hoping they would just nap until I got back, and I was like right in camp when they woke up and started barking at me, so I'm pretty sure they just slept the whole time. It's only gone for like just 2 hours. But they're pretty good about being by themselves at camp. I just needed to wait until no more hunters were going by, so I had enough coals to restart the fire. I was able to keep this place warm for them, but still keep it safe, so it wasn't like an unattended burning fire. It was just some coals smoldering safely in the pit. And I'm drying out my boots. But thank you again, Alex, because I'm gonna have some Thanksgiving dinner. Some turkey fried on a rock. Early Thanksgiving, because the wife's gonna be coming Friday to relocate us. Try to figure out a better situation. It's not going to be a great situation, but it's going to be closer into town and just kind of better, so that way the wife can get to me, she can see us, she can see the dogs, resupply regularly, so that way it's not like a week in between times where I can get resupply. It's actually one of the longest we've gone just in general. Like, I've usually made a trip in town or something by now, but I can't do that by myself. So things just aren't working out. That seems to be the song of this whole thing, is things aren't working out. Things aren't working out. They aren't going the way they're supposed to. Hey, you know everybody thinks you're crazy, right? He's sitting there following the glare on the tent, on the tarp from my headlamp. Because my screen protector's off on my phone, so when I do the light... Oh, it looks like it might have fixed itself. It usually throws such a glare and it's so bad that you can't see half the frame. So that's cool. Alright. So, maybe it's the brightness. Oh yeah. I don't know. Oh, that's cool. Cool. Now I can actually use the torch on my light on my phone. So there we go. Quick update. Some rambling. The boys behaved. They're my good boys. We're relocating. Hopefully things will be better here soon. Stick around. I finally found something you don't like. Monster. You want some orange slice? Come on. Do you want some orange slice? God, no, Dad. Get it out of my face. Do you want an orange slice? He'll literally eat anything, or at least try to taste it to see if he might like it. No matter what it is when I put it in front of him. That's the first time. Orange peel. He don't want nothing to do with it. So funny. Bam. Some roasted ham on a rock over fire. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. My sweet boys. Cuddle with me by the fire. Yeah. Hi, creature. Why you gotta do that? So I made some cornbread for breakfast, and I am making some chili with the last of my rice and the last bit of my seasonings, my packets anyway. But I've got the rest of the cornbread to eat with that later. But this is my breakfast for today. Wife's coming by tomorrow, gonna be figuring out a new spot for me. I'll keep you guys posted. I'm drying out my sleeping bag, my ground tarp. Look at my rations and I ain't got shit no more. Literally this rice, this pack of cornbread, and that was it. I've got 3 pounds of beans. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I've got 3 pounds of beans, some flour, almost out of sugar. Like, I'll be out of sugar today. And coffee. Oh, and tea. That's about it. So things are looking slim here. So hopefully it'll be figured out tomorrow. And I'll have some more food. Told them I've got some food coming to me. But the boys, I mean, they still got like 25 pounds of food. So, I mean, I definitely put them first. And I've got no food left myself. But I mean, I could just make some flour, biscuits, and flatbread, and season it, I guess. Well, you know, time starts meaning different things out here. It's almost dark, but it's only 4:45. Either way, I'm still like, I could go to sleep. It's pretty much dark soon. Yeah. It changes. If there's nothing to do during the dark, you might as well save batteries and go to sleep. I gotta make sure I have enough firewood. Keep the fire going all night. Not this one. The one inside. I'm just drying out my sleeping bag and a tarp. But, yeah. Things start changing their meaning. Bedtime is now nighttime. Anyway. Catch you guys later. So, the wife came and took a load of stuff for me. I'm about ready to head out. Me and the boys. My boys. And we're about done here. It was a nice try. We gave it our best. I'm very disappointed, but I will redeem myself with the ultra through hike. Stay tuned. One last one. So who's ready to go make a bushcraft camp? Huh? You ready? Okay, let's go. Operation Save a Native is underway. You know, I've always wanted one of these. Just found it at the new camp we're setting up. So cool. And found the sheath. Look at that. Sweet. Too bad this isn't the one that came with the knife. Cool. Bam. Carnivore. So the wife is helping me redeem Thanksgiving dinner. We got a turkey breast, one of those whole turkey breast things. And got some stovetop stuffing, cream style corn, cranberry sauce. And we're going to have a belated Thanksgiving dinner over the fire. Bam. Oh yeah, also some Hawaiian rolls. Warming them up in the cast iron. Gonna take it off and heat up the top and put it on. Bake them up just a little bit. Turkey's looking tasty. Stay tuned. And just like that, Thanksgiving dinner over the fire. A day late, but, you know, still good. Catch you guys later. So we had a bit of a windstorm come through. Tore out the stake and the cover for the cover tarp. And like 3 o'clock this morning, this thing whipped over to the side. Wife didn't even wake up. I had to wake up and, well, I wasn't even really asleep, and repeg it back in. With loose dirt though, I got a tip for you. Hey everybody, it's the Modern Native. So this is my bushcraft shelter. Oh wait, hang on. So this is my first step. I dug it all out, pulled it back, left the debris pile right there, so that way I can cover the back of it with debris, insulate it a little better. Oh, not there yet, but got the cross beam, starting to build the back wall. Oh, still not there yet. Oh, not quite there yet. But somebody left some black elastic webbing, so I wrapped the branches in that, and what we can do is we can keep feathering branches through this and then throw the debris on top, and it should be pretty good. It's coming out nice. Good enough for a New York winter. Almost there. All this before breakfast or coffee and breakfast, but now it's time for a lunch break. Stay tuned. This is the front. I'm going to be putting a wall right here, so that way there's an entrance. Do the same thing on the other side. So the fire will be in the open, but everything else will be covered. There'll be a way for creature to get in on that side, monster to get in on this side, so they can come and cuddle. Other than that, pretty well set. I'm going to put some cross beams up here, throw debris on that. I got to put a little bit more right up there. But other than that, pretty well and done. So this is my bushcraft shelter. So some rain is coming in. Taking a temporary pause on actually building and just put up a couple of tarps. One inside to keep debris from falling on us until it settles, and one up top to stop the rain from coming in. I'm going to be doing a bunch more, and I'm going to be setting up a little pantry in the corner with a little freezer. I'm going to be setting up a lifted bed. But you know what? Got to catch that next time. Until next time, get out there, be a native. Go beast. So we had to make an adjustment, had to put the tarp underneath the shelter. I didn't get it thick enough to be rainproof. It had been fine in the snow, but rain came first, unfortunately. So it's going to be a little bit of a busy night, just making sure that this stays fine. And I just couldn't build it in the rain. I couldn't mess with it, so had to focus on other priorities. Well, I'll do a better update tomorrow after the rain passes. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, it's TheModernNative, and today I wanted to share with you some of the biggest mistakes that new YouTubers make, especially outdoor YouTubers, and some examples of what that looked like. So that way when you're editing your video, you can think back, or setting up your shot, you can think back and realize that that wasn't a good shot, and that you should probably redo it if you can, to be able to get that high quality image and that high quality shot, to have better retention, more views, and just a more enjoyable experience for your viewers. So stay tuned. Sometimes I leave those mistakes in, like the tipping over, the camera tipping over. I leave that in sometimes just because it's funny. So sometimes that's good, sometimes it's just, if it's a mistake, it's a mistake. So get it out of there and just shorten up your video so that way you can have better retention. But these were just some examples of things that I've seen and sometimes some things that I've done. But until next time, get out there, be a native, and go beast. So this is the outside of the shelter. Got my gear hung up for quick use. The backside, nicely snow drifted. And this side. Creature just came out of his entry point. Brat. So, not too exciting, but it's home. Been home for since Black Friday. Been full time in the shelter. So it's getting us through the winter, keeping the snow off of us, keeping us warm. Having the stuff around us keeps our body heat and everything insulated, and whatever heat the fire is thrown in at the entryway, it's throwing in plenty of heat, so that way it keeps us warmer. But it's not bad. I like it. I'm proud of it. I've bumped my head on it a few times, but that happens. Hey everybody, so there's been some requests, and I wanted to show you guys a quick little tour of my bushcraft survival shelter. So we're gonna take you on that. It's not too exciting, but it's just a one-room bushcraft shelter with a fire pit in the front. But I'll give you guys the full tour. Stay tuned. So in the process of trying to stay warm, my boots, I guess I was standing a little too close to the fire because they've got a little bit of breakage going on. Hi, Bauer. So, it kind of sucks. Got a little too warm, they melted, and then cracked. Punk. Hey everybody, it's TheModernNative. So in the past couple of days, we've had a drastic change in temperature from -40 below, what it feels like with the wind chill, to now almost 35 degrees. Huge change, but that was a few days that were just really, really terribly cold. I couldn't even film. Just having my phone out, my battery would just die. It would get sapped so bad. So it was a rough couple of days. It was cold, but we managed. The wife spent a night with a friend, so that way it was the coldest night. It was the night that dropped to -40 with the wind chills, and had the wife stay with a friend so that way she could stay warmer. Me and the boys cuddled up, and we were fine. It was cold. It was rough. The winds were the scariest thing. It was shaking the trees, shaking the shelter. It was just bad, dropping stuff all around. But I chose some good, strong trees. I built the shelter nice, so it stayed standing. Still standing strong, looking good. So, these trees were nice and strong, sturdy. They were reliable during the storm. I did end up going through a ton of firewood. I had this whole area just filled with firewood, and I just demolished it, just trying to stay warm. But it's definitely an experience. So, me and Mrs. Native found a nice spot by the creek. We're gonna hang out, kind of creek swim, I guess. It's not really swimming, but soaking. So we're gonna have some fun. Might do a live stream. Might hang out with you guys. Might film some videos. Catch you guys later. So I can film and keep an eye on Mrs. Native while we're biking, because she's being brave and getting back on the bike. She has some anxiety and fear, but she's pushing through it, and I'm proud of her. She's being a goofball. Yeah, she's dealing with the pain. She's supposed to be on bed rest, but, you know, she's Mrs. Native. See? They grab everything. You're gorgeous. Hanging out with Mrs. Native at the spillway. Whoa! Big guy just jumped. Lots of action right now, so we better have some good luck. I'm gonna bring some fish your way, baby. That's where I land them, right there. So I'm gonna just bring it down to you and be like, all right, get it off the hook, bitch. Yeah, I know. Hope you all had fun hanging out with us and fishing. Until next time, get out there, be a native. Go beast. So I'm down here at the overflow, gonna do some fishing. See what happens. I might go live. So make sure you catch that, because then you might see when I'm catching fish. Alright everybody, so I got skunked for my first round. So I actually refound my master braid, which is a 15-pound test. It's a 10-pound pole, but it's spider wire, braided wire, whatever the fuck. It's not monofilament. So I'm going to just do a quick video for you guys about what I do to restring this to make it easier. So I grabbed a stick. It was actually very convenient. It was already set up like this. This stick was just down there. And I threw it in my pole holder that's in the wall here. So what I'm going to do is start. What I'm going to do to start is take this. Bam. So that's going to spool nicely, and this is going to hold it in place. Get skunked!
No, you didn't, buddy. That's what was hitting. I told you that's what was hitting.
He fucking set me up with a bait. I just landed this guy. Well, he pulled him out of the water, but it's my hook. Woo! Nice.
Nice, dude. Nice fish.
I'm gonna let him keep it because he eats fish. I don't. Oh, this is my buddy Derek. Oh, you cool with that?
Little bone. Hell yeah, dudes. Let's get it.
Woo! This native finally started wearing headphones so she can jam out and I can film. Thankfully.
Here's your permission slip to have your bait. You gotta have that.
Jim helping us out. Buddy, I'm in Jim's bait shop and you can see that there's a ton of stuff all over the place here. He's got great prices. He's got a ton of stuff. He's got these walls packed tight. He's got cheap live bait, great stuff. If you're trying to catch up big fish. Got these big ass baits that are great for catching the northern pikes and muskies. A ton of poles back here too. Whole bunch of ton of baits. So if you're ever looking for a good bait shop, and you're ever near Mayfield, New York, the Great Secondoggle Lake, or even passing through the area, make sure you stop at Jim's Bait Shop. Address is right there, 118 2nd Ave Extension, Mayfield, New York, 12117. That's his number. Go ahead and give him a call. Hey, who knows? He might even ship stuff out to you if you guys pay him.
Walleye.
And if you ever catch something at Jim's, make sure you bring some evidence and represent.
Yeah.
Alright, we're at the marina. Gonna be doing a little bit of fishing here, see if we don't get skunked. Already got a minnow in the water, see what happens. Hey baby, I love you. Fun!
Still rolling. That thing is still rolling. No, I'm not.
And if you ever see them, you definitely can't miss them. So right there, Tickled Pink Barbecue, tickledpink.com, and there's their number. Get them to come to you. And this is Native.
Hi.
Yeah, we're a little high.
Not high enough. In so many different ways.
Alrighty everybody, me and Mrs. Native are hanging out at the fair. We're going to be sharing some clips with you guys, getting some food, taking some rides. We're on the wheel right now, and here we go. Oh yeah, we got the wristband so we can just go on rides all day.
Which is what I want to do.
Now it's now it's backwards. Native and I enjoying a root beer float. I just have a root beer. So I have to say, that was fucking delicious. 10 out of 10. Oh yeah, the bones just slid the fuck out, man. Look how clean they are. Alright everybody, we had a ton of fun at the fair. Hope you guys had fun hanging out with us. Until next time, get out there, be a native. Go beast. Having a beach day with Mrs. Native. Alrighty everybody, we had a shit ton of fun at the fair. Glad you guys came along with us. Remember, until next time, get out there, be a native. Go beast. What's going on everybody? It's TheModernNative. So I was out looking for a camping site and I decided I wanted to explore abandoned buildings. Let's check them out. So this is the first one. Oh, there's still lots of nice roofing. That's kind of cool. I'm actually surprised there's not much graffiti or anything. It's just some old stuff on the outside. So let's see what's over here. Got some graffiti. I feel like that was from a bigger piece that was on the doors. So we have this stuff. Looks like all the roofing was either taken or scavenged or actually just straight up removed. Hello over there. Still got a decent frame. I'd use it. Kind of cool. I feels that. You know, when most people hear the word survivalist, they think of remote wildernesses, bug out bags, you know, extreme scenarios. But what if I told you that that's not even the case? That right here in the city, in the suburbs, you can actually use the survivalist mentality to improve your daily life or save your life. I'm the Modern Native, and I'm here to show you how the skills that we develop in the outdoors can actually help you save your life or improve your life in any scenario, any situation, any condition. in the concrete jungle, just like in the wilderness, no matter what you're doing, always have situational awareness. Look up from your fucking phone, take an earbud out, and listen to your environment. Pay attention. Spot your exits and your hazards. You know, there are dangerous people, there are dangerous situations, there are vehicles, there are falling hazards off of buildings, there are any number of things that can be out there. And it's not about fear, it's about preparedness and being ready for what might happen. So, know where you can jog left or right to be able to avoid something. Know who is coming and who is around you. Seriously, take out a fucking earbud. If you have to listen to one, listen to one. Don't blare things so you can actually hear. This can help you stay one step ahead. Now, when it comes down to it also, a simple skill like knot tying, knowing how to tie certain knots, it can make the difference in a lot of situations. Think about the number of scenarios where if something bad happens and you needed to secure something, latch something, or whatever else, and you knew a couple of good knots that could do that, how much easier would life have been than rather just knowing how to tie your shoes? Now, just like in the wilderness, hydration is important. Remember, you could actually save money and stay hydrated easier, and remember to drink if you have something refillable or reusable. We just got some canteens. You could have a refillable water bottle or one of those coffee mugs. Just remember, sometimes have something more water-based than just caffeine, because caffeine is a diuretic and it does dehydrate you. People are like, oh, well, I've had my water today, I had my coffee. But coffee dehydrates you because of the caffeine. So really, the little bit of water intake that you're getting from it isn't as good as you think. Because you should never lose hope. It's the resilience that sets us apart as survivalists. Or exploring the great outdoor woods. Let the survivalist mentality be your guiding compass, your shield, and the toolbox that actually gets you out there, gets you to be a native, and go beast. Hey everybody, it's the Modern Native. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most important things when it comes to wilderness survival, and it is actually picking the perfect location for your campsite, whether that's a tent or a shelter. We're going to dive right in, so stay tuned. When it comes to picking that perfect site, what you want to focus on, the first thing is the terrain. You want to avoid low-lying areas, or like right here, this would seem like a good spot, but you have to avoid the water flow that's going to come down and collect here, because there's multiple points, like back there, right here, and over here, that's going to all flow down into this area and collect. If you set up your shelter here, you're going to be swimming before the morning's out, if there's even a light rain. When you're picking your spot and you find the perfect terrain, you've got to make sure that it isn't negated by the second factor, which is hazards. So if you see trees that are leaning on a slight hillside, you don't want to put your shelter down here and have that fall down on top of you. Other hazards such as flooding, insect nests, or animal burrows. You want to try to avoid them because it's going to increase activity and put you more in their environment, causing issues while camping or your food. You also want to make sure that you pick a good spot that is near your resources. Now, if you're going to be setting up a shelter, actually making a bushcraft shelter, you're going to need to make sure you're around logs, sticks, debris, things like that that are real close, so you can actually get all that you need with minimal amount of effort. And like I said, with low-lying areas, if you look right there, that is a low-lying spot that is actually fed into in multiple areas with a hill. They will get flooded out. So unfortunately, that homeless guy is going to have a rough time trying to camp there. But lessons learned. Along with being close to resources such as branches, logs, debris, etc., you want to make sure that you're within a reasonable distance to your water sources. If there isn't a pump, a hose, a spigot, and you've got to use a natural source, you want to make sure that you're not 2, 3, 4, 500 yards out and you've got to hike out every day, unless you're someone who's conservative with your water usage and probably not a large group, unless you obviously break up those responsibilities. Now, in a spot like this, where you can see we're at an elevated point, it's a good spot. You got to worry about a little drainage here, but you can see it'll actually divert down the hill, both directions. Up here, your best spot would be right here. The reason for that, see the divot, flow, you can actually see the water flow on the ground if you pay attention. And you can see those signs. This is going to get all swamped out because it's right here. It's the hard packed trail. Trails do not let water soak through. There's no drainage on trails. It becomes a creek. So always be mindful to be off the trail. There's drainage here. There's padding here. You could scrape this stuff up and make a nice little spot to be at. When picking your location, it is crucial. When you're picking your spot, one of the next factors that you got to think about is going to be wind direction. You can tell with prevailing winds generally by which direction trees are leaning, which direction bushes are pushed. You can generally tell before you're even experiencing wind which way the wind generally comes in that environment. Always position your opening away from that so that way you don't get that harsh breeze. It doesn't tear apart your door or blow smoke into your shelter. Now, if you're stealth camping, I know you want to be concealed, you want to be hidden, everything else, but unless you are specifically trying to hide from detection, you should try to make sure that there are some markers or something up, a flare, which what I mean by a flare is a bright piece of cloth or something near your camp to let people know that you are camping there, that it can be seen from a distance so people can actually find you if you are no longer responding. Also consider sun exposure. Having your shelter set up in an east-west orientation would let the sun pass around you so that way you can get the sunlight in the morning to try to warm things up, but in the harsh afternoon it's going to hit the backside of your shelter, so it's not actually going to affect you as bad and you can stay cooler. Hey everybody, it's TheModernNative. You should be judgmental. You should be confrontational. Now let me explain. If you have suffered an injustice, a wrongdoing, you shouldn't just let that happen. Accept it and just be like, oh, there's nothing I can do. There's always a course of action. There's always a way to get your justice. There's always a way to get what you deserve based on what is right, not what people believe they are entitled to, but just your basic rights as human beings and common decency and just, the law. And you should judge people to a certain extent based on certain factors. I need to explain that one. Now, when I say be judgmental, I don't mean just straight up judging people based off of, the cover, the outside looks, and, things like that. What I mean is to approach each situation and each person with a little bit of reservation based off of what people would judge them for. Simply because you're not going to grab a porno magazine and expect a children's book. So you should do the same thing with people, is try to not expect more than what they're showing you. Now, I know that sounds terrible, but put it this way. Our instincts, our judgments come from our instincts. They're basically one and the same. So if your instincts, if your inner voice, if your judgment is telling you that somebody isn't a good person, that you're getting a bad vibe off of them, or that they aren't being honest, more than likely, you're probably right. Now, I don't mean to treat them like a liar, treat them like a piece of shit, whatever else, but I just mean to guard yourself, to keep yourself from being hurt based off of the internal suspicion that they could end up being that kind of person. It'll help and protect you in the long run, and you will end up forming better relationships and bonds by not diving headfirst into every friendship or relationship you make, but by letting that person earn that trust and that placement and that closeness. That should be our attitudes. That should be the way people go about life. Not trying to cause problems, not trying to start things, but not being afraid to face somebody having issues, face somebody having a problem, and confronting that situation. Using your judgment, your instincts to be able to actually interact and deal with people in a way that's actually going to protect you and keep you safe. Now, this is mentally, emotionally, psychologically, all of it. Be confrontational, be judgmental, but get out there, be a native, and go beast. So me and Mrs. Native are trying to check out some spots for a new campsite. We're going to see if this is a promising spot. State land, so we're going to be back to our 3 days and rotate. So we're going to be setting up a bunch of campsites and showing you guys and taking you along on that if this proves to be a good spot. Pretty much it's whatever spot we can find in whatever area is suitable. Stay tuned. Huge ghost pipe. Nature always retakes it.
So much more over here, though.
So, if you carry it in, carry it out, people.
Yeah.
But we'll end up cleaning up this spot too, as we always do.
Hey, look.
More glass.
Yeah, but
Oh,
the
square
writing on
bottle.
it. I might have it upside down. I can't tell.
Oh, that's good. Dumbarton, Scotland. That's a Scotch bottle, I think.
These are old.
Or whiskey.
Like old.
Oh yeah, square bottle. Trail obviously doesn't get used very much. At least we'll have plenty of firewood and some trail maintenance we can do, which is always fun. I've got the rope saw that'll go through that big guy. Come on, short shit. There you go. Got it?
Yeah, I just need to find better spotting.
Our trail off the beaten trail
Oh, look.
matches up
There's a
with
sign.
the beaten trail. Look at that. Oh, cool.
So this would be perfect.
Well, we'd have to turn our motor off, but yeah.
It's a bike trail.
Yes, but
Guess
it's
we
not.
would have to turn our motor
Yeah,
off,
yeah.
obviously. But...
Oh, that'd be so much fun.
So you want to try going up, going in, because the signs go that way too. I wonder how far it's going.
I think we're gonna follow our off the beaten trail because if
Yeah.
we clean it up, we can go up and down and be fine.
I know this is where it gets washed out too.
Oh yeah, but if we go off of this trail,
Yeah.
it'll be fine. Plus, we gotta check for signal up higher. Gotta wait for Mrs. Native. What are you finding?
Shotgun shells.
Shotgun shells, that's usual.
Old, these are like the old jars.
Let's see.
Nature always takes it back, but
Oh, cool. Flip it. Oh, that's cool. Another top, another shotgun shell, 2 shotgun shells.
yep. There's more out there. Old cans, stuff like that. This place has not been, you know.
Hasn't been much activity through here. Oh, lots of cleanup though. Look at the tire.
Oh, there's so much rock in these.
Oh. Alrighty, everybody. So this spot seems pretty good. We're gonna check out some other spots. So the factors. Hi.
Oh, I'm sorry.
the factors
They're
that
hot.
the factors that we were contemplating when we're looking through here is the washout area, because you can see this trail that we're in is a washout spot. So I got you. So we're trying to make sure that we're out of the flood out spot, because this area, you can tell as soon as it rains it gets flooded out. And then we're trying to make sure that we're far enough away from the actual trail so the boys aren't going to disturb anybody when anybody's trying to bike or hike, because that's just rude. And then we're also considering our signal. It's a little added bonus for us that we have to consider our signal strength. When we got up higher on top of the hill, we were actually able to get some signal. So that is a promising spot.
The whole way is just small.
Yeah.
It got larger when we got
Yeah,
up there.
it was 1 bar at the bottom, and we actually got to like live stream strength up top. Yeah, this is the trail. It's about halfway between where we came in at and where we want to camp, or where we're thinking about camping is a good spot. But so yeah, we don't have a water source nearby. That's our biggest problem is
Trekking water back and forth.
yeah. Oh, okay. So there we go. We can already see the bikes. Boom. All right. But trekking water isn't a big deal, and in the winter we'll be able to melt snow and stuff. You didn't want to go back over. Oh, that was the wet one you didn't want to do. She's running away from me. She's off trail. She's on trail, but where are you going now? Okay. Well, so far seems like a pretty good spot. So, stay tuned. We'll see if we're going to check out another spot.